How are we, everyone? Look at this, eh? Catmint's doing really well. Talk about snow, eh? Look at the damage. Fell right in the middle of it, flattened it out, knocked it out for 6, but the citrus are doing really well. Have a look at these. Now this is the area that I've planted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I can't remember how many, about 6, yeah? Assorted oranges, limes, mandarin. And you can have a look at these. Have a close look. We've got all these little buds coming up, foliage coming up. This will actually probably fruit. It's a little bit discoloured and I reckon the frost knocked it a little bit out, but it's still holding on. It's not going to go backwards any more than that because the bad weather's gone. Let's hope the bad weather's gone. And I love these irises. They're just coming up everywhere. There's a couple of varieties. I didn't see that one there before. Look at Frilly Vasili, that one there. And your typical purple ones. But this ain't my topic. My topic's over there in the veggie garden. Come along. Now, I've been sharing with you about building garden beds. And a few have been asking me, with this plastic liner that I've been putting at the bottom, how are the worms going to get in there? You know, how are we going to connect with the earth below? I don't want to connect with the earth below because the earth below is full of weeds. So to answer your question about how do I get my worms in there, well, it's like a recipe, a real traditional home style recipe. We don't always give you all the ingredients. Well, not always, but in this case here, what I haven't been sharing with you is one ingredient in particular, and that secret ingredient, folks, are worms. That's what we put in. So if you're building a raised garden bed, or you've got a wicking bed, or you've got a bed with a liner like I have here, and you're filling it up with compost, soil, manure from your chooks or your sheep, adding mulch and straw like I am here, you need to add your worms as well. Your black grit, your EcoBoost, your liquid gold, all that wonderful stuff. But your worms need to be added as well. Now what I've got here is a colony box. Now the difference between this worm box or colony box that I have and a lot of other ones that you can get is that you've got a range of worm sizes. You've got juvenile worms, you've got eggs, and you've got adult worms as well, and you've got little instructions there as well that come with it. And they've been fed here so they'll last a long time. Let's have a look and see what we've got in here. There better be worms in here. Here we are. Look at all the baby worms. Now these are all young worms. They're all ready to grow. They're full of energy and vitality. Just put them straight into the ground and these will multiply and fill this beautiful garden bed. So what happens here is basically they connect with the microbes in the soil because that's what they do, and the plants, and you've got a beautiful environment, a rich organic, full of life, and your plants will be jumping out of the ground. That's what they're doing here. They're literally jumping out of the ground. Faster than I can eat them, folks. If anybody's hungry. No, seriously, we've got a lot of good plants here, and that's all I'm going to be doing. Adding my worms, my compost, my manures, my black grit, my mulch on top, my straw that is, and just liquid feeding on top. And there's nothing else you really need to do. The rest is up to nature. They take over. And you don't need to dig the soil over. So on upcoming episodes on 7.2, Wayne from Ballerine Worms is going to be joining us because we're going to be building a worm farm here, how to build your own worm farm. And Clive Larkman's going to join us to talk about what plants you can plant, herbs and flowering plants to suit your bees so they can make lots of honey for you. And talking about bees, Craig Castry is going to be joining us to talk about beekeeping. And if you're lucky enough, I might actually build you a compost bin with Mama. That's a lot of compost going on here, isn't it? From Eva Silly, Mount Essie.